I get a decent amount of questions on the long-term durability of Tru-oil, and I was lucky enough to get a guitar back in my shop. This is the blue double cut that I did many years ago, almost 10 years ago now. I did a build series on this, and a friend of mine bought it, and he was getting ready to move overseas and didn't want to take it, and I said I'd buy it back. And this guitar was finished in Tru-oil, and it still looks pretty good. Some scratches here and there. Tru-oil isn't the hardest finish, so on the body you got some dings and dents. On the top here you've got a couple scratches. This blue top was the guitar that pretty much started me on YouTube. I did a stain video of how I got this, and this was the blue with the turquoise and the dark center. And the long-term holdup of this guitar has actually been really good. The finish is still nice. It's still shiny. I haven't done anything to polish this up. The side looks pretty good here. Like I said, it is beat up slightly. You know, dings and scratches everywhere. But the finish looks really good. What I'm going to do with this guitar over the next couple months is I'm going to sand this down and refinish this. The headstock here was a different color scheme than the body, so it does look a little bit lighter. But for the most part, the finish is nice and solid. Looks really good. This is a nice thick top, so I've got a lot of room to work with. This is probably one of my better playing guitars. I love the way that this neck feels. It's a little bit thinner. It's not too much of a boat neck. I'm usually doing a lot of boat necks, but this one's a little bit thinner, sort of like a Warmoth thin, maybe a little bit thinner. It's got great playability. This is one of the most beautiful tops that I've ever worked with. The figure and the grain running through this, I haven't gotten a piece of wood that looks this nice. Lots of possibilities here, doing a Paul Reed Smith sort of tiger eye. This figure is so consistent going across. There's virtually no run out. And what I mean is the figure goes from here to here virtually the same. You don't get any sort of variations in the figure. As you sort of cut a piece of wood, on the end sometimes you'll get run out or the grain will sort of fade. And this is a significant figured piece all the way through. So whatever I would have done to this top would have looked outstanding. What I want to do is sand this down and go more with a brown and red and yellow. Do something different, maybe put new hardware on here. But this is a really durable finish. Like I said, it's been beat up slightly, but nothing that, if I just wanted to go through and clean up a couple spots with some Tru-oil and give this a fresh coat, would have no problem doing that. What I love about Tru-oil is it's a nice thin finish. Really takes a buff nicely like you saw in my Kevin Bond videos. Looks outstanding. This wasn't buffed when I was working on it. I just put a couple coats on. I think I left it. But this is a really outstanding, durable finish. You know, 10 years later, this guitar looks great, other than, you know, your basic playability. And the nice thing is I can go back now, screw around with this, play with it however way I want, and it's not going to be a ton of work to sand it off and start over. It's just going to be bzzz, and I'm done. So this is a 10-year on look at a guitar that I haven't seen in a long time. You can see the finish and how it looks and how it's held up over the years. And really, Tru-oil is one of my favorites. Lacquer dings and zings as well. But what's cool is you don't need any spray equipment. You can just come back, hit it, and get it nice and clean. And you really don't have any issues or worries other than a little rag and wiping it on. So 10 years on, still looking pretty good. Beautiful guitar, beautiful figured piece. So just wanted to give you guys a long-term update of a Tru-oil and a trans tint guitar, stuff that I did many years ago. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next vid.